Trucker Dump for June 14th, 2009, Episode 20, Oddball Trucking Weather.
Welcome to Trucker Dump, where you'll get one driver's insights and sometimes humorous views of truck driving and the trucking industry, and pretty much anything else he feels like dumping on you. This podcast is brought to you by abouttruckdriving.com. Resources to help you understand the world of truck driving through the use of stories and a pathetic attempt at humor.
G'day, folks. Well, other than the occasional jet taking off about 200 yards from where I'm recording today, things should be pretty quiet for a change of pace. Although those Harleys can get a bit loud when they go screaming by. Oh well, we'll do the best we can. This one is another shorty. I called it Oddball Trucking Weather. Unlike many Weather Channel addicts, I don't keep an eye on the weather until the winter months roll around. And that's why it can sometimes sneak up behind me with a 2x4 and give me a big whap on the back of the head. Everyone on the planet has heard someone say, if you don't like the weather in insert state or country here, just stick around for 5 minutes and it'll change. In my 12 years of trucking, I've discovered this to be wildly inaccurate. By and large, what you see is what you get. It's doubtful that the temperature or precipitation will take a dramatic swing in 5 minutes. You can usually see rain clouds miles before it actually starts raining. The clouds start looking like it's going to snow long before it actually lets loose. But there are definitely exceptions to this rule. For instance, 2 nights ago, the evil overlord and I delivered a load near Denver, Colorado. When I stepped out to drop the trailer, I was blessed with 60-degree weather. 5 minutes later, we were sitting in a truck stop. And that's when the surprise came. No small droplets of rain, no heavy downpour of anything. It went from nothing to pea-sized hail in seconds. It was freaking loud. I was so stunned I barely had the presence of mind to get a little bit of video with my trusty Flip Mino HD. You're going to have to go to the website to see those. That's abouttruckdriving.com. Still, for most people, the weather rarely changes in 5 minutes. But even for normal, non-trucking folks, overnight weather changes occur. For me, the hail was just the beginning. Okay, it's 60 degrees 1 minute, and then it's suddenly hailing. Weird enough. But then the evil overlord heads due south with our next load. She wakes me up around 5 a.m. in northern New Mexico. I step outside, and my nipples are instantly hard enough to cut diamonds. Holy cow, it's freezing out there, I hollered as I jumped back into the cab. Yeah, I know, says Evil Overlord, all innocent-like. Gee, thanks for the warning. It was only 39 degrees outside, but when you're still dressed for 60-degree weather, well, you can imagine. Shorts and flip-flops just don't cut it in those temps. After a quick change into some sweatpants, a light jacket, and some real shoes, I was fine. At least for the time being. Part of what makes me a good trucker is the fact that I've got a bladder that will hold more liquid than an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Therefore, I've been known to go all day without a restroom break. I did so on this day. So you can imagine my surprise when I stepped out of the cab in El Paso later on that afternoon. I was a tad bit overdressed for the 95-degree Texas heat. Out came the shorts and flip-flops again. Being a typical male, all this changing clothes stuff is extremely bothersome. A man should be able to get dressed once per day and not have to piss with it again. Sadly, sometimes the trucking life dictates otherwise. As for the evil overlord, she's a woman, therefore by nature she's unaffected by the pain-in-the-butt clothes-changing requirements. Heck, she'd change clothes 15 times a day even if the temperature remained the same. Women. Can't live with them, can't drag them behind your truck. If you want to see that video, be sure to rush on over to abouttruckdriving.com and type TD020 into the search bar. While you're there, leave your crazy weather stories in the comments section or snap me an email at truckerdump@gmail.com. Be sure to subscribe to the blog and or the podcast while you're there. You know you want to. Links are on the website. You can always holler at me on Twitter too. I'm Todd McCann over there. That's 2 D's, 2 C's, and 2 N's. Say, could I ask you for a favor? Next time you're over on iTunes, type Trucker Dump into the search bar, find the podcast, and leave a review. Thanks. And as always, thanks for listening to another podcast. So until next time, drive safe and stay out of my way.